with 44 points. In Milwaukee, the Bucks beat the Warriors 128-111. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 30 points. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr not a happy camper after the game.
You know, not a great showcase for the league. Unfortunately, you know, we didn't play very well, and I thought Milwaukee played really well defensively, and we couldn't find a rhythm, and we were getting frustrated with some no calls, and it led to a very choppy night. Steph Curry led the Warriors with 20 points. Now to the NHL, and the 800 Club now has a new member. The Blackhawks starting another turnover in front, and Mantha feeding it to Kuznetsov, and Mrazek diving. A shot! They score! And it's Alex Ovechkin! And it's 800 goals! John Walton on Capitals Radio. Alex Ovechkin caps the hat trick, and the Caps 7-3 win over the Blackhawks. Becomes the third player in NHL history to reach 800 goals. First to do it all with one franchise. Ovechkin now one goal behind Gordie Howe for second place on the all-time list. Wayne Gretzky number one with 894. With sports at 5 and 35 past the hour on Fox News Headlines 24/7, Sirius XM 115. I'm Peter Schwartz.
China moving away from its zero COVID policies. Stories on the way on Fox News Headlines.
Hear all the drama of the World Cup semifinals on Sirius XM.
France have their third. The Moroccan dream is very much alive.
France against Morocco. Today at 2 Eastern on Fox Sports Channel 83 and the SXM app.
And paid for by OpenShar Concepts. Attention firefighters, members of the military, and airport workers. For decades, first responders and firefighters at military bases and airports used a chemical-based foam to fight fires. Studies have shown that chemicals used to make aqueous film-forming foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic. At 800-408-1687. Operators are standing by 24/7, so don't wait. 800-408-1687. That's 800-408-1687. Again, 800-408-1687.
Ukraine says it shot down 13 Russian drones attempting to send missile attacks into the capital city. There was damage on the ground, though, as we hear from Fox's Jonathan Savage.
President Volodymyr Zelensky says terrorists, as he describes Russia, launched over a dozen Iranian-made drones at Kyiv around daybreak. The Ukrainian air defense system is said to have taken them all out, but wreckage damaged 5 buildings. On Tuesday, the US said it was ready to approve sending a defensive missile system to help Ukraine shoot down Russian weapons. Damage caused by Russian strikes has interrupted electricity, heating and water supplies as winter sets in. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
China continues to move away from enforcing its zero-tolerance COVID policy.
China will stop reporting asymptomatic COVID-19 cases, saying they've become impossible to track now that mass testing is no longer required. This comes a week after Beijing announced its most significant easing yet of antivirus measures after some 3 years of the toughest restrictions in the world, which included forcing some people to isolate in government facilities and lockdown measures affecting entire cities. China's international borders remain largely shut, but it's also stopped tracking some travel, shutting down an app which critics say could be used for mass surveillance. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
There is one branch of the military without recruiting problems, and that is Space Force. And the U.S. military has launched a new post for Space Force with a unit in South Korea. Today's activation of the Space Force's Korea at Osan Air Base near Seoul comes after North Korea test-fired a barrage of nuclear-capable ballistic missiles designed to strike the U.S. mainland and allies. The unit belongs to the U.S. Space Force, which was launched in December 2019 under President Trump as the first new U.S. military service in more than 70 years. U.S. Space Force Korea is a subordinate of the bigger Space Force unit established within the Indo-Pacific Command in Hawaii last month. Ousted Peruvian President Pedro Castillo will remain behind bars after a judge denied his appeal. Later this week, prosecutors plan to seek Castillo's continued detention for up to 3 years. He was taken into custody shortly after he was ousted by lawmakers when he sought to dissolve Congress ahead of an impeachment vote. His detention could further inflame violent protests across Peru, where people have been demanding Castillo's freedom. 2 active volcanoes in Hawaii have stopped erupting. U.S. scientists making the declaration with alert levels for both volcanoes reduced from watch to advisory. Kilauea volcano has been erupting, or had been, since September of 21. A 2018 Kilauea eruption destroyed more than 700 residences. And then the really spectacular one recent days, Mauna Loa, the world's largest volcano, began molten rock November 27th after it was quiet for 38 years. It did not threaten any communities, but it got within 1.7 of a major highway that connects the east and west sides of the island at Kona. 42 minutes after the hour, Fox Business News, Jenny Casola.
Trade stocks are higher. The Federal Reserve wraps up its meeting in less than 2.5 hours. The Fed's expected to raise interest rates by 0.5%. The Fed's outlook on the economy and plans to continue fighting inflation could be more important to Wall Street, though. Import prices for November, the prices Americans are paying for things from other countries, dropped 0.6% in November. It's another sign that prices may be moderating. Darden restaurant shares are getting a boost from upbeat comments about its business. The company owns Olive Garden and Longhorn Steakhouse. Wedbush analysts say Darden could benefit from families who want to dine out but not spend a lot. They see prices at Darden restaurants remaining below the company's peers. The Dow is up 248. NASDAQ has gained 84. S&P up 29. Business news twice an hour on Fox News Headlines 24/7. I'm Jenny Cosola.
And your Fox weather on the way next on Fox News Headlines 24/7.
Of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mattress in years.
20 years.
Was it that long?
There's so many options out there, but the experts at Sleep World helped us find the right one.
Perfect for an afternoon read.
In your case, an afternoon nap.
Yeah, well, that too.
Come celebrate the grand opening of Amy Sleep World Burlingame location, December 17th through the 24th. Save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and get a free Tempur-Pedic pillow Saturday and Sunday while supplies last. Visit sleepworld.com.
Let's face it, talking about life insurance is never easy. But after we watched a close friend lose her husband with no insurance, we decided that wasn't going to happen to our family.
Yeah, but shopping for life insurance can be almost as difficult as talking about it.
But then we heard about Ethos Life Insurance. They're a new kind of life insurance, built for people on a busy schedule who don't have time for unnecessary doctor's visits, fine print, or hidden fees. You know, who want to keep it simple.
I couldn't believe how easy it was. We answered a few basic questions, and within minutes, we had an estimate of what it would cost and what sort of policy made sense for us.
I never imagined a life insurance could be so affordable.
And accessible.
The peace of mind knowing that our future is secure, it just removes a lot of the fear around getting older and...
Yeah, the unexpected.
I'm glad we talked about it.
I'm glad we went with ethoslife.com.
Go to ethoslife.com now for your free estimate. That's ethoslife.com. ethoslife.com.
Heavy snow and blizzard conditions persist from the northern plains to the upper Midwest. Tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds, and heavy rainfall threaten areas from Texas over the Mississippi Valley and into the southeast tomorrow. A coastal storm is going to develop and bring heavy rain, heavy snow, and ice to portions of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast on Thursday and Friday. Please pay close attention to your local forecasts, and Fox Weather will keep you updated on the latest watches and warnings. I'm Janice Dean, Fox News.
Keeping you informed with headlines every 15 minutes. America is listening to Fox News Headlines 24/7.
I'm Therese Crowley, and that same winter storm bringing blizzards in the north and up to 2 feet of snow is throwing tornadoes to the south. One tearing through the Farmerville area in Louisiana last night. Dozens injured, many homes in ruins. John Crow is Farmerville's mayor, asking for help.
Just pray for us and help these people that without a home so we can get them back in a home as quick as we can.
Some homes lifted and thrown several hundred yards. 3 dead, including an 8-year-old boy found thrown into the woods. His missing mom later found dead. New estimates from the Biden administration: if Title 42 pandemic restrictions end next week, 5 million illegal migrants will cross the border next year. Biden administration asking for $4 billion for Border Patrol and to facilitate them coming in.
I will move hearings to the border. So these committees in Congress in Washington won't hold these hearings here. It'll be at the border so the Democrats can no longer avoid the situation.
House Republican Speaker-elect Kevin McCarthy on America's Newsroom.
You're listening to SiriusXM Radio.
San Antonio is an authentic city whose culture invites you in, holds you close, and dazzles you. Here, you will find real history and true legacy, real art and true creativity, real adventures and true thrills, real flavors and true corazon. Come, be inspired, and feed your curiosity and your soul. Discover real stories and true experiences that have made San Antonio shine for over 300 years. Plan your next vacation. Visit sanantonio.com. That's visit sanantonio.com.
Fox News Headlines 24/7 with the latest forecast from America's Weather Team. Every 15 minutes. SiriusXM Channel 115.
Georgia police investigating the murder of a grandmother killed for her car at her own home in Atlanta.
Friends and family of 77-year-old Eleanor Bowles are grieving the loss of a kind-hearted friend, mother, and grandmother this morning after she was allegedly stabbed to death by a career criminal. Police say Bowles was attacked in the garage of her home in of Buckhead. Authorities believe the 77-year-old walked in her garage to find this man, 23-year-old Antonio Brown, attempting to steal her car. That's when police say Brown stabbed Bowles to death before taking off with her Lexus. Her son home from the holidays when he discovered her body. Police say that Brown was being chased by cops before the alleged stabbing after attempting to rob a nearby liquor store.
Yeah, her son was on the road driving to see her. She score and then nothing more. He arrived to find her body. Brown was arrested, charged with suspicion of murder and other charges. A big fire in Brooklyn, New York may mean the end of scores of cold case investigations. Fox's Jack.
The police department's evidence warehouse was heavily damaged by the fire that likely destroyed decades of collected evidence.
DNA, things from past crimes, burglaries, maybe shooting incidents. We have some biological evidence.
Chief of the NYPD, Jeffrey Madry, says they won't know the full extent of what was lost until they can do an inventory of what was left. The cause of that fire under investigation. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
A Mississippi man who pleaded guilty to raping and killing is set to be put to death this evening. Thomas Edwin Loden Jr. set to receive a lethal injection at the Mississippi State Penitentiary at Parchman, 6 o'clock local. In a late-night ruling, December 7th, the federal judge declined to block Mississippi from carrying out the execution amid a pending lawsuit from Loden and 4 Mississippi death row inmates over the state's lethal injection protocol. Since 2001 would be the second inmate executed in Mississippi in 10 years. Tragic attack in Alaska. A state trooper was dead after being attacked by a wild animal outside his home. Port Services officer by a muskox after trying to scare a group of them away from the dog kennel by his home near Nome. Muskoxen are shaggy and apparently they can move really fast. The Alaska State Troopers, Alaska Wildlife Fish and Game are investigating. He was a veteran officer. Musk oxen are stocky, long-haired animals, slight shoulder humps and horns. On sheep's legs, they can weigh up to Fox Trending up next. Michelle Polino joins us live in a moment on Fox News Headlines 24/7.
The fantasy football playoffs are here. To realize your fantasy football championship dream, you need to listen to the experts on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and the SXM, where fantasy football championships are won.
We hadn't bought a new mattress in years.
20 years.
Wasn't that long?
There's so many options out there, but the experts at Sleep World helped us find the right one.
Perfect for an afternoon read.
In your case, an afternoon nap.
That too.
Come celebrate the grand opening of our Mancini Sleep World Burlingame location, December 17th through the 24th. Save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and get a free pillow Saturday and Sunday while supplies last. Visit sleepworld.com.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country. We teach people how to own physical gold and now, we've won the Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients on how to buy silver the right way. We don't pay celebrity spokespeople millions of dollars. We'd rather pass that value on to you. Call 800-900-8000 and speak with one of our experts. We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. Get the best information, the best process, the best service value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor for investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Fox Trending with Michelle Polino. When Harry Met Sally, man, The Little Mermaid, Hairspray. Oh, I gotta find Hairspray. House Party. What? Kid and Play. And Carrie. They're among the 25 screen masterpieces. Yes, I would call House Party a masterpiece. Chosen this year for the Library of Congress's National Film Registry. Also voted in Cyrano de Bergerac. Also Stanley Donen's Charade. Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. Oh, yeah. Remember that in 1963? The documentaries. I saw Hairspray about a month ago again. That was fun. Yes. Yes. Union Maids, Superfly. Wow! Superfly. That, of course, the blaxploitation classic starring Ron O'Neal. And The Ballad of Gregorio Cortez, which starred Edward James Olmos. The latest selection spans the years 1888. That was a film about a Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans to 2011. Pariah, I did see that. It's great. Directed by Dee Rees, lesbian film. And it included at least 15 films by people of color. Let's go back to the first one I mentioned because that deserves a hearty mention.
I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night.
The most romantic part. Sweetest part, yeah. That, when Harry Met Sally, the film was directed by Rob Reiner. Just put that out of your mind. 1989. Come on, we love Rob Reiner. Yeah. You know who we love? Nora Ephron, who wrote the film. Yes. Really. Because that's really what makes the film. She was a great. Right. The film is the writing, and in particular that scene starring Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. It was named the best romantic comedy in American film history by Vanity Fair this year, and I would concur. That's what's trending in Hollywood. Michelle Polino, Fox News. Cambridge Dictionary, however, is being criticized for altering the definitions of the words man and woman to include people who identify as a gender other than their biological sex.
Critics are blasting Cambridge Dictionary
and traitors to the truth for altering the definitions of the words man and woman to include people who identify as either gender and other biological sex. The Cambridge Dictionary's definition now includes that adults who live and identify as a female or male. The dictionary using the pronoun they to describe the subjects who